This is the drink of the summer, and I can't stop. Like, it's not even up to me. That's just the law. Hi guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. It's Katie. Today we are doing a book video. Everybody who loves the book videos, this is your cue to cheer. Everybody who hates them, go ahead and boo. I know we have a split audience here. Some people are here for horses, some people are here for books. This is gonna be a fun thing for both of us on both sides because guess what we're reading? You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, you probably know. We're reading the Chestnut Springs series. This is gonna be Rodeo Cowboy's Wife Reads Chestnut Springs Cowboy Romance. I'm gonna tell you how realistic this all is, what I think about it, that just like coming from someone within the Western industry who rides horses, who owns horses, who knows how this stuff would work. Is this legit or not? And I'm gonna tell you if it's legit or not. I currently have a candle burning in the other room and my mood lighting on, and my Kindle I already have downloaded Flawless. I think that's the first one in Chestnut Springs with Rhett and what's the girl's name? Summer. I just have to say the fact that the sisters' names are Summer and Winter, little too much for me. I don't think I can buy into that. I think that was cheesy. Yeah. I do. I would appreciate a little bit less cheese with the names, okay? But I have started it already. I think I'm on chapter... Let's actually take a look. Guys, the Kindle is the best purchase I ever made, by the way, in case you're wondering. I am at 8% in. I don't even know what page I'm on. Let's see. 31. Chapter 3. So we have a lot left to go, but I will say at first I was like not sure how I felt about the whole milk thing. Because something you need to know about the Western industry is they're all like very pro-dairy, pro-ranch, obviously, because that's like how most people in this industry make their living. And so if somebody, especially a popular bull rider, came out as someone that doesn't like milk, I don't know, that would not bode well for them, which I guess it's not boding well for him. It's hard to believe that he actually grew up on a ranch and doesn't like milk. Like I was telling my friend Taylor, like I usually drink almond milk because it's just like a little bit like not as fatty, and so I drink almond milk and I kind of like the flavor. And I sometimes get shit on by people from the industry like, if you're drinking almond milk, why aren't you drinking regular milk? So I find it really hard to believe that this guy doesn't like real milk, and he's apparently a cowboy. That's my first hot take. Second hot take, he's a bull rider. And I will say though, they are putting bull riders like exactly perfect. Like rough stock guys are usually not guys you want to like date. They're usually kind of the fuck boys of our industry. Rough stock guys. I'm not saying they're all like that. There's obviously outliers, but you know. Anyways, that's the tea so far. We're gonna go. I'm gonna try to read as many of these books as I can. There's 4 in the series. The newest one just came out, and it's an accidental baby trope, which I hate accidental baby trope. So I don't know. But I'm excited. I think the next one's going to be really good. I can't remember what it's called, but I know that it's like a single dad trope. And I don't really like kids in books at all, in romance at all. But somebody told me it was the best one of the series. And God bless your heart, girlfriend. I had never seen your videos before, but I'm just trusting you. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But we're going to get into this. And this is your reading vlog for the Chestnut Springs series. Let's figure out if these are worth your time, money, effort, if they are realistic, if they're unrealistic, if this is like the real cowboy terms or not. Okay. Let's do this. A lot has happened since last night, guys. It is just a whole thing at the moment. This morning, Ethan brought home a puppy that he found on shift, and I'm currently... What are you doing? Don't tear up the carpet. I'm watching her until they can find out who her owner is, or if they can't find her owner, who's gonna take her now. She's very tiny and skittish. I think she's like feral, honestly, even though she's a husky, clearly. I have 2 female huskies, so we couldn't pass up taking care of her because I just feel so badly for them. She's terrified of everything. And now I'm taking care of her. So that's happening in the middle of this video. Anyway, guys, let's talk about Flawless. I read it for a little bit last night before I fell asleep, and I fell asleep reading it, so couldn't continue reading. So far, I feel like very realistic. Again, I'm not very far into it, so maybe I shouldn't speak too soon, but seems like it's a very realistic deal at this point, okay? Ranch at this point seems pretty realistic. The way they're acting seems pretty, like, normal to a ranch. The one thing I will say is that the ranch is called Wishing Well Ranch, which would never be the name of a ranch. Like, a ranch, I mean, maybe they'll have a creative name like that, but for the most part, it's gonna be like a name, like a brand, like the 4 Sixes or Rocking Tea or something like that, right? You're not, or the family's last name, like Dutton Ranch from Yellowstone, or I don't know. I've never seen Yellowstone. I don't know if that's what they call their ranch, but something like that. You're not going to usually have like some creative name like that, like, you know, Wishing Well. Also, Wishing Well Ranch is the fucking dumbest name I've ever heard of. Like, that is the cheesiest, stupidest name. Like, I think this author, like Elsie Silver, I'm sorry if you're watching this. I, like, respect you, love you. I'm enjoying your book so far. But can we come up with better names? I'm just not super in love with the name Wishing Well, or the fact the sisters are summer and winter. Like, we couldn't have come up with something better for that. Today, all that's on the agenda, it's literally 8 a.m. right now. Reading Flawless. Hopefully we get a good deep amount in. I'm very excited. Oh, also, she does say he's trying to get gold buckles at the finals. I don't know if she's referring to the PBR finals or the NFR, which the NFR is like the National Finals Rodeo. A lot of bull riders ride in the PBR now instead of the PRCA, which the PRCA is who has the NFR. And in the NFR, you get a gold buckle. I'm not totally sure what you get when you win the PBR. I think it's a cup or something like that, but maybe I'm wrong. The PBR also now has, like, they have teams. Like in Arizona, we have the Ridge Riders. So I don't know if that's not being shown in this book, but that's okay. I think she's kind of leaning into like the rodeo finals, like the national finals instead of the PBR. So that's kind of cool. So far, so good. But I will check back in, guys, when I've read more. I'm really not that deep into it. I think I only read like a couple more chapters last night. Yeah, I doubled. I'm in 16% in now. I'm on page 64 of 412. Yeah, chapter 6. So I'll let you guys know when I'm further in what I think. Hello, I'm checking in at 26%. We're at the stage now. I'm at the part where they're going to, like, together to the first rodeo. They're going to the first rodeo they've been to together, if that makes sense. I will say everything about his career checks out. Like the fact that he's still going at an older age for a bull rider at like 32, that is pretty crazy. Bull riders don't usually ride for very long. I think the average career length is like 3 to 5 years, and that's like kind of a longer one. There's a lot of guys that ride for like 1 year seriously and you don't ever see them again. So that is spot on. I feel like the way she's describing the rodeo so far fits. She talks about it being like big sponsors, big events, country music, like blowing from speakers, talking about the risk of serious injury. That's very true. Bull riders literally get injured all the freaking time. Yeah, so far everything that way is checking out. As far as the book goes, I don't know how I feel about it. There was a couple parts that I read that I was like, girl, why are you saying that? Or why is this happening? Like, it's not really adding up. But I don't hate it. I'm like still definitely engaged and enjoying it. So I'm gonna play my ambiance music again and get back to reading it. Just have to add this before I forget. She says that rodeo clowns are helping them dismount bulls. Rodeo clowns are like entertainers. All they do is sit in the middle in like a barrel and like laugh and wear face paint. They're like a joke. They just like, they're kind of like an announcer. They're literally entertainers. The people at the gates that are like helping bull riders escape bulls and get out of the way, those are bullfighters, which are not the same thing as rodeo clowns. Bullfighting is almost its own sport in itself. If you go to like the NFR, the National Finals Rodeo, there's like bullfighters only and you can like watch them fight and stuff. So like that's not accurate. But that's okay. I can see how somebody would get confused there. And the other thing is a lady comes up to her and says she's overdressed in a skirt, we have a giant Western fashion community where girls wear all kinds of stuff to rodeos, like even heels. It's like really common for women to dress up, so I don't super love that they can keep emphasizing that she should like be in jeans or boots or something, because that's not really how these things go. Anyways, back to reading. You're his PR person. It matters what he looks like to other people. That's literally your job. That's literally your job. This makes no sense. It makes no sense. What? What? No. Why would you even need to clarify that if it was true? Why would you even need to clarify that if it was true? Why? It literally makes no sense. This book, it makes no sense. None. What? You're his PR. There was already... You guys. Oh, I'm just gonna... R.I.P. to this author, because this makes no sense. If you don't want spoilers for this book, just jump ahead, because I have to talk to someone about this. I'll just put a timestamp. I'll let you know when I'm done. Like, I'll say skip to whatever. I cannot believe she just kissed this man in broad daylight in public. They already almost kissed once. And she was like, nope, can't do this. In the privacy of their own home. She was like, nope, absolutely not. This is not going to work. No way. She's supposed to be maintaining his image. She's making sure nobody, like, he's not seen with anyone. Like, we have to keep him out of scandal, okay? And then he suggests you kiss him in public. And you do that. And you do that. Why would you do that? That makes literally no sense. As his PR person, you kiss him in broad daylight in public to get back at your ex, even though your whole job is to keep him out of scandal. And then she says, we're in public, like, what if people see and this gets out? And he says, I'm starting to think I don't care what people think when it comes to you. And then she's like, oh, what would it be like to not care what people think? You're literally his PR person. You are literally, it is literally your job to care about what people think about this man. That is your job. This makes absolutely no sense. Why would she do something so unhinged? It would make sense if she kisses him in private because she likes him. But, like, the fact that this is in public, like, very public, in the middle of a street, and on purpose to make her ex jealous, that literally does not check out. That does not make sense. And then right before they kiss, she says, okay, but this means nothing. If it means nothing, you would never even have to, like the fact that you're saying that, like, you have to clarify that. It's, like, pretty obvious something here is going on. I cannot believe this, you guys. This just, like, I'm having an okay time with the book. Like, it's not, like, one of my favorite romances I've ever read, but it's good. I'm, like, enjoying my time. But, like, that is just, like, so anti the plot. It makes no sense. How many times have I said that in this clip? It makes no sense. Like, it just doesn't. There's no way on any planet that could make sense. Why you're his literal PR person. Anyways. I am on page 183 of 412. I have 4 hours left in the book, 44% through chapter 16. I don't know, guys. I can't believe that just happened. Let me know in the comments below. Just say the thing. the thing that happens in the middle of the book really pissed me off too, so that people don't get spoiled. But like, I just cannot believe that. I cannot believe that's the way that goes. It makes, we'll say it one more time for the girlies, no sense. I'm not that much further in, but I just want to say something. I hate that the horses have no names. Like, sometimes cowboys don't name their horses and you call them like the yellow horse or the bay horse, but like, that's their name basically. You say like, oh yeah, that's bay, or the bay horse, or the yeller horse, or the yellow horse, or whatever, like for Palominos. But like, I don't like that they don't have names, especially if they're on a ranch. Like, I feel like typically a horse is gonna have a name. Usually they would, especially because these are cowboys. Like, come on, give us some reoccurring horse characters. Maybe I'm just too much of a horse girl for this. I don't know, but I dislike. They are getting all the colors of the horses right. I don't like that they keep calling it their mount. We do sometimes call it your mount, your main mount, or your mount, but like, not to the extent that she's doing it in here. But she's doing a really great job. I feel like the terminology is way better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. So like, if you're watching this, Elsie Silver, thank you. Also, this is not an Elsie Silver hate video. Still liking the book. I'm not obsessed with the texts that open these chapters. Why is her dad texting her love interest so much? I don't know. There's just so many lines in this book that I don't know if I can live with. That I don't know. The whipped cream, guys. The whipped cream. Not the first part in the bar. The other one. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just... I feel... I don't understand. I'm never gonna understand. I'm never gonna understand. This man is psycho. So is she. I don't think this is gonna get a good review. What the fuck am I reading right now? Bro, what the fuck am I reading right now? I can't even pick this back up. Whew. Oh God. Okay. Whew. Oh my God. There's just too many out-of-pocket things being said. I am a different person than the one you met at the beginning of this vlog, and that is because I just finished Flawless by Elsie Silver, and I have notes, so let's talk about this. So, it's been a little bit since the last clip you guys saw me in. I had read almost the entire book in one singular day, which most of the clips you saw were probably from that one day. And then I had 30 minutes left that for the last 2 days I haven't been able to read for one reason or another, and I was just now able to do that tonight at 9 p.m. I don't know what I'm gonna rate this book. I really don't. I don't know what my feelings are about it. I feel like I'm gonna say 3 stars. I feel like there's 2 categories though, okay, out of 5. One of the categories is just my regular rating system. What did I feel about this book? The other category is how accurate it is in terms of like Western terminology. How true to life do I think it really is? I'm gonna say on true to life, is it really Western? I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm giving it 4 because there are a couple things that she does that are just a little bit off, which I've kind of listed in here. I know some of it was probably changed for just like the sake of like copyright in this like fake book universe. But there were other couple little things that just were like, I don't know. Like, she almost never says jeans when she's talking about Rhett. She only says Wranglers, like puts his hands in his Wranglers. I grab his Wranglers. Like, I don't know. I just find like that's a little weird, and I don't see people referencing things like that in Western. Like, yeah, lots of men wear Wrangler jeans, but there's lots of other men's jeans brands, and I would say they get worn, dare I say, more than Wranglers these days. Like Cinch, Rock and Roll Denim, Ariat has jeans now, Kimes Ranch. I don't know. So that's a small thing though, but there's other little small things that I think I mentioned before. Now, in terms of how much I enjoyed this book, the beginning of this book was hard for me to get through, and I thought about not continuing in certain points. Then around the, like, I think it's 60% mark, I was having a good time. However, there was still a lot of things that I was like, what is this? No, genuinely, what is this? And that's why I have written them down. So for starters, there's just a lot. Some of these are just my opinion. Some of them are genuinely bad. Okay, so they were together at the 50% mark. I don't like that. I think it's dumb because I don't think that, I just don't, I want more angst and more pining and more like in my book than to be together at the 50% mark. But in this book, I do kind of understand why they did that, because one thing that was great about this book was the twist. Not really one, but two twists. Like, I was kind of expecting the first twist because it was very heavily hinted at, but the end twist, wow, with the sister, wow, was not expecting that at all. Came out of left field, and I was like genuinely impressed by that. Okay, other thing, the princess nickname. That is an ick for me. Again, with the 50% mark being together, princess nickname, that's an instant ick. That's an instant no. Do not make that your pet name in a book, or it will affect your rating, which it has here. Every time I hear the word princess come out of a man's mouth as a pet name, I think about vomiting. It's disgusting. So that was another ick for me. How he always says things in like a fratty boy voice, like, fuck yeah you are, or fuck yes we are. Like, why does it always have to be like that? Like, why are you talking like you're rushing Kappa Zeta, Theta, whatever? You know what I mean? Just not, it isn't for me. It's not for me. The frat boy language, that definitely took my rating down. Why is there so many milk jokes? It wasn't that funny. The milk thing, I kind of talked about it in this vlog, how I don't even know if it's really accurate. But yeah, I don't super love all the milk jokes. I just wrote in all caps, talking about the scene, and they cut that out. You know what? I don't want to spoil anything. Sorry, that's getting bleeped. You're not getting that critique. But no, there was something spoilery that I was going to critique. Again, the prose in this book are not really incredible. I wrote down some quotes that just, for me, didn't do it. One of them, he says, "You're too pretty, too good." And she says, "No, you are." Iconic. Summer wasn't just made for me. She's it for me. That's his big realization, that he's in love with her. And I just feel like, again, prose, guys, it's a romance novel, so there's not like, it's not like there's an intense plot. It's not like there's, you know, it needs prose to do well, I think. I think you have to have good love admission, you have to have good dialogue, you have to have good banter, and stuff like that, you know, too pretty, too good, no you are, summer wasn't made for me, she's it for me. It just lacks. It's not giving, you know what I'm saying? This is my favorite quote of the entire book, and I don't think she was trying to be funny, but maybe she was, and if you were Elsie Silver and you're watching this, this is the funniest quote I've ever read, and I started crying laughing so hard that I had to put my Kindle down, and I had to go, because this is so fucking funny. They're talking about a medical emergency, and her sister, who's a surgeon, says, "Don't be dramatic, Summer. It's not like there's anything you could have done for him with your law degree." I'm laughing so hard I'm crying thinking about it right now. What a line. What a line. Who says that to you about someone you love when they're like, could you imagine, like sister calls me and she's like, my sister's gonna go to nursing school. She's like, "Don't worry, Katie. There's nothing you could have done with your graphic design skills to help this person." Like, it's not about that. I just wanted to be there. God, so good. The dialogue in the spicy scenes it was a lot for me. There was a lot of moments where I was taken out of the book, where I just had to start skimming because I was like, I can't read this, it's terrible. I don't know if it was because their relationship just wasn't fully selling me, or if it was because the dialogue in the sex scenes is actually truly bad. It's hard to know, because sometimes somebody can say something in the right way and you're like, okay, that works. But then a lot of times somebody can say something and you're like, that's fucking cringe. The phrase cocky cowboy was used too many times. Can we call him something else? There's like lots of ways you could say it. Not just cocky cowboy. Then just the closing scene, the closing spicy scene, I just, again, wasn't for me. Wishing I didn't have to read it, but I did to finish the book. But it's fine. So this all being said, 3 stars I'm giving it, because there was some time I did eat it up in certain points. I did like a lot of it, and I thought the Western stuff was good. This is the first book in this series, and I'm hoping, like any other author, I think Miss Girl can get it right. There was a lot of stuff that she did get right about this. There was things that worked for me that I was like, okay, I think if you gave it another go, I might even give you a 4 or 5 stars. But there was a lot of things in this book that were making me feel 2.5 stars. So the next book is about Cade, the grumpy brother, and I feel like I might be able to enjoy that. Heartless. It's a single dad romance, which I don't like single dad romances, so usually, but I've heard great things about this. I also watched a girl's reading vlog of these, and she said that this one was way better than the first one. She, I think, felt kind of similar to me about the first one, and then ate up the second one. And I liked Cade's character. I think maybe another reason this book didn't work for me, again, like just on a taste basis, the princess nickname, together at 50%, and then it's a cocky guy that's like, I don't know, cocky guys have to be written in a certain way for you to really feel for them and like get it, I guess. And I just don't think that I liked Rhett. Rhett, you are a frat boy with a heart of gold, I guess. I don't really know. I was originally gonna put all the books in one video, but now I feel like I have so much footage and so many things to say that I need to put it all in different videos. Anyways, guys, hit the like button, subscribe, keep tuning in to the channel if you want to see me read the rest of these books. Let me know what you think below. If you've read this book by Elsie Silver. Also, I just want you all to know that, like, this is not to like put anyone down or any authors down. Like, I've mad respect for Elsie Silver. Good for her for writing these books. Super, super awesome. If it's not for me, it's not for me. And this is just a fun thing I'm doing to see how people are writing my lifestyle that might not be from it, and how people are reading my lifestyle that are not from it, and like what they imagine they might be getting from it. It's like me watching Yellowstone in a way, but except I don't live on a ranch, but you get the drill here. So anyways, like, subscribe. I'm closing the video now. I will see you guys in the next one. Later, dudes.